Mr. Speaker, Labour is introducing an elections bill to protect our democracy from foreign interference.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather round, gather close, popcorn in hand, stiff upper lip at the ready, because today we're diving into the Westminster equivalent of WWE. That's right, welcome to another episode of PMQs, Parliamentary Mayhem Questions, where the insults are polite, the shade is passive-aggressive, and the drama, oh, it's spicier than a vindaloo on a Tuesday live. Before we show you the video footage, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us, so, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Or Labour patriots working for national renewal.
In light of recent court cases and the conviction of Reform's former leader in Wales, that no party whose leaders take Russian bribes can be trusted to defend our democracy.
Mr. Speaker, Labour is introducing an elections bill to protect our democracy from foreign interference. But look at Reform. The member for Clacton and his deputy worked alongside someone who took money to spread Putin's propaganda. Whatever their denials, they have serious questions to answer about what they knew. But that is the choice. Kremlin cronies sowing division or Labour patriots working for national renewal. John's right, the party opposite let roads crumble after years of uninvestment. We're building infrastructure that working people rely on. Mr. Speaker, that's £1 billion to repair bridges, tunnels and flyovers across the country and £92 billion in major road and rail upgrades. Mr. Speaker, we're rebuilding Britain. They can't even spell it. Mr. Speaker, we're certainly not going to be following the Leader of the Opposition. She unveiled what she called her golden economic rule, I think it was. That involves, on the one hand, £47 billion of spending cuts. That's a fifth of the NHS budget, with not a shred of detail about where the money would come from. The Institute for Government said it was on shaky foundations. More unfunded tax cut, more austerity for public services. They haven't listened, and they haven't...
Picture this. It's Wednesday. The chamber is buzzing. The speaker's about to blow a gasket. And at center stage, Sir McDropstar, cool as a cucumber at a cucumber convention. He stands up, adjusts his tie, and unleashes what might be the most British takedown of the season, doesn't yell, "Oh no, that would be gauche." He just smiles and calmly says, that is the choice, Kremlin cronies sowing division or Labour patriots working for national renewal. And bam, just like that, we have a political roast served medium rare with a side of Cold War references. Keir's out here talking about national renewal like he's applying for a Netflix reboot deal. Yes, hello, it's Labour. We'd like to bring Britain back, only with 30% more decency and 100% fewer shady foreign payments. And who's he calling out? Oh, just your usual political bingo card suspects, Farage, Badenoch, and a sprinkling of Reform Party spice. Now, Starmer doesn't say anyone took money from the Kremlin. Oh no, that would be improper. But he just sort of lays it on the table, hints at it, suggests it like a passive-aggressive neighbor pointing at your bins and asking, "Oh, are you planning to take those in sometime this century?" He brings up Reform's former leader in Wales, recently convicted, mind you, and tosses it into the conversation like a contestant on Bake Off, adding a dodgy ingredient to the sponge. It's legally problematic, but it gives it flavor. And then, he delivers the verbal equivalent of a public untagging on Instagram. No party whose leaders take Russian bribes can be trusted to defend our democracy. Let that sink in. The room goes quiet. Somewhere in the back, a Tory MP drops his teacup in slow motion. The member for Clacton flinches, and somewhere Nigel Farage feels a slight chill despite being nowhere near the Commons. Now Keir knows how to twist the knife with poise. He doesn't call anyone a traitor. He just calmly says that Labour is, cue the trumpets, introducing an elections bill to protect our democracy from foreign interference, like a knight laying down the law while also casually implying that the other lot is hosting an all-you-can-eat buffet for international meddlers. And let's not forget the drama of association. He calls out Reform, not just the name, but the vibes. The member for Clacton and his deputy worked alongside someone who took money to spread Putin's propaganda. He delivers it like he's reading the summary of a Netflix documentary, a cautionary tale of ambition, money, and Slavic geopolitics. And then comes the classic British flourish, the layered denial. Whatever their denials, they have serious questions to answer about what they knew. It's not an accusation, it's more like, I'm not saying it was you, but the CCTV shows you, and you've still got caviar on your tie. But oh no, Keir's not done. He circles back to his original point as if to say, in case you missed the subtlety, here it is again, but louder. That is the choice. Kremlin cronies sowing division or Labour patriots working for national renewal. And then, just when you think he's about to throw down the mic and moonwalk out of the chamber, he switches lanes like a Formula One driver with ADHD. He goes full infrastructure mode. You let the roads crumble, he says, essentially accusing the Tories of being Britain's worst highway maintenance company. Years of uninvestment, he shouts. That's right, uninvestment, not disinvestment. That's not dramatic enough. This is uninvestment, the kind that turns A roads into gravel pit obstacle courses. But wait, Labour's got receipts, a cool £1 billion to repair bridges, tunnels, and flyovers, not to mention £92 billion in major road and rail upgrades. Now that's what I call a transport glow-up. We're rebuilding Britain, he declares. They can't even spell it. Oof. That's the kind of burn that needs SPF 50. Somewhere, an intern is frantically checking a Tory MP's spelling on Twitter. Meanwhile, on the other bench, someone tries to clap back. There's muttering murmurs, possibly a low growl from the backbench, and then the piece de resistance. Karma goes in on her. You know her, the leader of the opposition. She recently unveiled something called her Golden Economic Rule, which, by the way, sounds less like a fiscal policy and more like a rejected Bond film. Apparently, this Golden Rule involves £47 billion in spending cuts. That's a fifth of the NHS budget, folks, enough to make even the most frugal accountant spit out their tea. But the real kicker? Not a shred of detail about where that money's coming from. It's like announcing a surprise party and not telling anyone the date, the time, or whether cake is involved. Keir points out, with all the condescension of a man who's read the footnotes, that the Institute for Government called her plan on shaky foundations, which is polite economist speak for this thing's being held together with chewing gum and vibes. Then comes the final starstrike, a 1-2 punch of rhetorical disdain, more unfunded tax cuts, more austerity for public services. They haven't listened, and they haven't learned. Mic drop. Somewhere in the chamber, a pigeon nods solemnly. So, what have we learned from this week's episode of As the Commons Turns? Well, for one, don't mess with Starmer when he's got a theme. This week's was foreign interference meets pothole economics, and somehow he made it work. Second, infrastructure is political gold. You want to fix democracy? Start with bridges. And third, British political shade is subtle, sharp, and served with a smile. Whether you're Team Red, Team Blue, Team Reform, or just Team Make the Trains Run on Time, one thing's for certain, PMQs isn't just a weekly meeting. It's theater. It's drama. It's roast battles for people in tailored suits and antique wood chairs. And as the chamber settles, the speaker sighs, and another Wednesday winds down, we're left with Keir's haunting words echoing in the hallowed halls. Kremlin cronies or Labour patriots, the choice, apparently, is yours. Until next time, keep your road smooth, your bridges sturdy, and your economic rules less golden and more grounded. This has been your backstage pass to British democracy, where the insults were a tie, and even the shade has a double first from Oxford. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more drama from the only place where shouting order is a full-time job. Cheers.